What if I told you that 2025 was not a crash year, not a boom year either, but the year that quietly decided who stays rich, who survives, and who falls behind? Because here's the truth. 2025 didn't scream, it whispered. Stocks looked strong. Crypto refused to die, but everyday Americans felt pressure in places no chart shows. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how the U.S. economy performed in 2025, what really happened in the stock market, what crypto did behind the scenes, and most importantly, what 2026 could mean for your money. Before we go any further, if you want to understand money, markets, and the real system behind headlines, hit the subscribe button now. No hype, no fake gurus, just financial reality. Let's start simple. Was the U.S. economy strong in 2025? The honest answer is, it was stable but stressed. America avoided a recession. That alone surprised many economists. Growth continued, but slowly. Not fast enough to feel exciting, not weak enough to panic. Think of the economy like a tired engine, still running, but clearly overheating. Inflation cooled compared to previous years, but prices never truly came down. Rent stayed high, food stayed expensive, insurance costs kept climbing. So while inflation slowed, the cost of living stayed heavy. That's why many Americans felt like the economy is doing fine, but my wallet isn't. Here's where things got interesting. Americans kept spending in 2025. Travel, concerts, online shopping, but confidence was missing. People were spending because they had to, not because they felt rich. Credit card balances increased, savings rates dropped, buy now, pay later became normal. In simple terms, the economy survived because consumers refused to stop. But that came at a cost. Financial stress quietly increased inside households even while headlines stayed optimistic. The job market in 2025 didn't collapse, but it wasn't hot either. Hiring slowed, layoffs made noise, raises became harder to negotiate. If you had a job, you felt lucky. If you wanted a better one, you felt stuck. Job security mattered more than job hopping. And that mindset shift is important for what comes next. Now, let's talk about Wall Street. Because 2025 proved one brutal truth again. The stock market is not the economy. Major indexes stayed strong, especially tech, AI, and mega-cap companies. Big money flowed into companies with scale, data, and automation. Meanwhile, smaller businesses struggled. Investors who stayed patient were rewarded. Short-term traders felt whiplash. 2025 was not a year of easy money. It was a year of selective money. If you picked quality, you survived. If you chased hype, you paid for it. Now, let's talk about crypto. Every year, crypto is declared dead, and every year, it refuses to disappear. 2025 wasn't a massive bull run, but it wasn't a collapse either. Bitcoin stabilized, institutions stayed involved, regulation increased. Crypto matured. Less memes, less hype, more structure. Speculators left, long-term holders stayed. Crypto didn't explode in 2025, it consolidated. And that usually happens before something bigger. The winners of 2025 were not loud. They were patient. People with long-term investments, people with multiple income streams, companies with technology and efficiency. The losers? High-debt households, short-term traders, anyone waiting for life to go back to normal. Because normal is gone. Now, let's talk about 2026, and listen carefully. 2026 will not be extreme, but it will be decisive. Interest rates are expected to ease slowly, not suddenly. That means borrowing gets easier, but not cheap. Inflation may cool further, but prices will not reset. The job market may soften, especially in non-essential sectors. Stocks? Volatility stays. AI, defense, energy, and infrastructure remain key themes. Crypto? 2026 could be the year where patience starts paying again, especially for strong projects. But here's the biggest takeaway. 2026 will reward people who prepare, not people who predict. Flexibility will beat confidence. Cash flow will beat hype. Skills will beat degrees. 2025 didn't break the U.S. economy. It exposed it. And 2026 will separate those who adapt from those who hope. If you understood money better after this video, like it, subscribe, and share. Because in a world of inflation, algorithms, and uncertainty, knowledge is still the most valuable asset you can own.